We're back. I'm so sorry. I didn't see anything. I don't know what you saw, but I saw nothing on my computer screen. So I'm like, I'm not there. I am so totally not there. Oh, man, oh, man. Oh, my gosh. I just think I'm so funny, don't I? Alrighty, so happy day after Labor Day here in Canada. Kids went back to school today. So that was kind of made my street really noisy and crazy and such. Well, hi, Sonia. Thank you for joining me. I hope you didn't see the first time when it didn't work. It didn't work. Anyway, so first thing, I'm going to show you the Wrapped in Plaid Suite, which is everything you see here. So first things first, this stamp set. So with this stamp set, you have 4 different tree images. Very cool. And which is, it's nice because they're all different. Now this is actually, excuse me, I believe an overlay for this. So I guess you say you get 3 tree patterns. Then there's some, oh, what are those things called? Acorns? Pine cones, pine cones. I got it. Maybe those are acorns, I'm not sure. I love this little plaid tree. I thought that was kind of cute. And then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different sentiments, which is lovely. And it's one of, I wanted to do this one first because it is my favorite from the Holiday Catalogue. I would love to hear what your favorites are. So let's start with this. So this here, this is the stamp set, and this is the tree punch that will punch these out. So that's the bundle. You get those 2 together. But now you've seen the tree, but I need to keep that out because of course we're going to use it. Check out the paper. Now I've cut some of it, so it's not all here. There's 48 sheets. But what I love about it is this side. Well, one, it reminds me of tartans, which is kind of cool. And again, not in order, but there we go with the greens. And it's got this gold line through it. And I hope you can see that on camera. I'm not sure, but it's really cool. Really, really nice. And it is 6x6 paper, but again, 48 sheets. And then there's this side. Now some are going to be upside down because I didn't take the time to turn it around. These are all gorgeous images. And I believe your colors here are Shaded Spruce and Cherry Cobbler. 2 of my favorites. Big noise. Okay, also in the suite is this Shaded Spruce. They have a specific striped ribbon. Well, of course, it's got a stripe in it. It still has the plastic on it, but because I don't want to open it yet. So we're not using it for the card. These we are using. I love Jingle Bells anyway. Yeah, don't even laugh at me when I say I have a jar just full of different sized bells. I know, weird, huh? So anyway, you get them in the green, which we'll call Shaded Spruce, and also in the red. And they have a little tingle, tingle. and gold. And we are using those, like I said. We are using those. And then, now this is going to be very shiny. The gold mini pizza boxes. So I made this one. It's food safe, so you'll see that it's shiny inside. Also perfect for gift cards. Hint, hint. Yes, I know. I keep saying, I have a birthday coming up. I want everybody to know. But yeah, so that's the boxes. So with that suite is the stamp set, the tree punch, the 6x6, the 48 sheets of 6x6 paper, the ribbon, the bells, and the gold mini pizza boxes. Now I love the way Stampin' Up did it, which is, the way they've done it is there's one order code. So if you want everything, you have to go code. What's the code? Typo, whatever. Boom, you're done. Alrighty, I'm so excited. So here we go. Card number 1. We're going a little bit non-traditional. Well, you'll see why. Well, it's traditional, but it isn't. This is a very simple card to make. So what I did with this is, well, number 1, I don't use, I think I would write this down. I don't use Very Vanilla that much, but it went perfectly with this card, and you'll see why in a moment. So we're going to use, wow, it's stuck to the stamp. There we go. Oh, I hope you didn't, my tummy just growled like right out loud. That's what happens when you sleep in and don't eat breakfast first. we're going to use crumb cake, and this is new out of the catalog, and I just got this and I wanted to try it. I had seen it used at a seminar I went to, and I loved it. Loved it, loved it. Now my recommendation is, because this is in the Holiday Catalog, and we don't know if it's going to carry over, get the ink pad. So this is called Delicata, and the color is Golden Glitz. Get the ink pad and the re-inker, because if this is gone, like if they're gone out of the catalog and you have this and you don't have this, you can't re-ink this. Makes sense, right? There, that's my lesson of the day. This particular stamp, by the way, using this big old stamp here, is from Love What You Do. So it's this big stamp, and it's not going to stamp evenly, and it's not meant to. But wait till you see it in gold. I just thought, fell in love with it right away. Alrighty, and you know when we have a big stamp that you lay your ink pad down and go like so. This is also, while I'm inking this, I want this really inked up because it's not all going to make it. Right? It's not all going to get on there. So let's make sure as much as possible gets covered. It's so pretty. Anyway, this is the stamp set, the bundle that I'm focusing on for my September 26th class. So with this, I'm not even really centering it. I'm just aiming. Now, because this is photopolymer, you want to use something like this underneath. This is the Stampin' Pierce mat from the annual catalog, and this gives it that cushion, which I rather like. Okay, we're just gonna let that get pushed down a wee bit. I should get my sentiment stamp out while we're doing that. We're going to put Merry Christmas. You may have gathered today that these are all going to be Christmas cards already. I just need to use my fingernail and peel that off. Okay, so check it out. Isn't that cool? Like I said, it wasn't going to stamp evenly because it's not meant to. It's supposed to look like a wash, and I just think that's so pretty. I do want that to dry. It doesn't have a long drying time, but I just want to set it aside and let it do its thing. So in the meantime, I'm going to bring out my base of the card, which is also in Very Vanilla. This is your standard sized base, by the way. Your 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4, so folded in half. Now I should say that this piece, what I did with this is I used my dies, which are the stitched rectangle dies. That sounds right. Rectangle stitch dies. Oh, and it's about, to tell you which one it is, I believe it was from the biggest ones, it's the third one in. So it's about 4 1/16 by 2 3/4, if you were to measure that out. Okay, so here's the piece of wrapped in plaid DSP we're going to use. Here's the other side. I could use that as well, but I have to have the bling. I have to have the bling. It's a blingy kind of day. Actually, I just looked outside. It's a little dull. I don't mind. Maybe it'll even rain. I wouldn't mind that either. Although I don't think the plants are suffering like they were with our heat wave a couple weeks ago. You know? Okay, that was Tombow. Oh yeah, that was Tombow. Liquid Tombow. So this particular piece that I'm using, it's the same width as the card. So it's 5.5, and I cut it at 1 3/4. And for this, I'm just going to place it right about there. I want to make sure it's straight. And one way of doing that, just put your card on its side. If it goes from side to side evenly, you got it. And I also want to say, there. I also wanted to say thank you for sharing my videos, all this time. I do really appreciate it because you've been so awesome to me. All right, we're going to do some more stamping. Okay, now as mentioned, this is crumb cake, and this is one of the newer styles, and I like to say that even though you're probably familiar with it, not everybody is. This one's tight. Okay, really tight. There we go. Apparently you can put a little bit of wax, just take a candle and rub it along the edge there, and that'll make it close quite nicely, but I'm I'm fine struggling with it on camera. There's nothing embarrassing about that, right? Right. Alrighty. So I'm not centering it so much as just trying to get it straight up and down. Hopefully I did. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. And then the Merry Christmas, same thing. So it's kind of a rustic kind of Christmas card. And I do love all things rustic, so I have a variety of tastes, you may have noticed. You may have noticed. Alrighty, I'm gonna close that up. There we go. Closes quite nicely. Okay. Now, I'm satisfied with that it's, well, I wouldn't have stamped if I didn't think it was dry enough. So now I'm going to bring in, this is the linen thread. And a pair of scissors would come in handy. And let's bring those bells back because I want one of those on the card too. Oh yeah. I am going to go with the red. Okay, so I didn't have a tried and true method of how I did this. I wrapped it around a few times. Let's put it that way. Just for some more texture and interest. So let's get that going. All across the table. Yeah, lots of times. That's fine. Okay, so what did I go? About 2 times maybe. And like so. And we're going to put it right through the top of the bell. And then tie it. I don't know if I'm going to get a bow out of this today. We'll see how my fingers are feeling. You know those nights, and I think we've all had them, you know those nights where your body says you're not getting to sleep? Well, it happened again. Like, how frustrating is that? I would very much prefer to sleep. So around 3:30 I got up. I watched a little YouTube. Went back to bed at 6. Alarm woke me up. Yay. Yay. I don't know why that happens on video days. Oh, you know what I should have done? I should have made sure that would stay put. Just one sec. Oh, I know what I did. Hold the fort. Okay, card number 1 is not going to take 6 hours to make, I promise. Oh, there's my tummy again saying, feed me. Feed me, I promise I will after the video. I wonder if I can get 2 through there. Well, of course I can. What we want doesn't always work, but go with the bell this direction. Come on over, bell. Come on down. There we go. Oh, I can't believe I just did that. Okay, let's put that on its little base of early espresso. Yeah, that's what happens when I get myself ahead of myself. This is kind of the non-traditional. I don't usually consider like a brown too much to be a Christmas card, but it adds to the rustic. And now it's going to make sense. It's going to make a whole lot more sense. A little bit of Tombow for our wiggle time. I want to make sure I have that going the right direction. I can always feel the edges. And when I can feel the edges, then I know that I want to flip it over because I don't want to see the edges from when you use the cutter and it pushes your paper down. That looks centered. Okay, let's bring that ribbon back that we've already cut and threaded. So at least I only have to thread 1 this time. Now I am going to pop it up. I'm just not going to put it onto the right away. I think, have I even been in the frame at all? Let me move my phone down a little bit. Oh, good granny. Oh, my good granny. That's what happens when you adjust things. You're not really paying attention to what you're adjusting. Nope, that didn't work. Oh, dun, 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 dun. Hope you had fun on the long weekend. I kind of stayed home most of the weekend, and I continue to I'm working on, well, after my daughter moved out, there's still so much stuff. So I was working on getting the basement all tidied up because I was supposed to have a contractor coming over today because I want to have my classes in my house. That would make sense, wouldn't it? All right, not making a bow. Not in a bow making frame of mind today. I'm in a good frame of mind. Even lacking sleep. Always am. And we're going to put things away the first time. I don't think I'm using this again. No. Okay. Dimensionals. You know when you put your dimensionals out before the video and then you go, I don't know where I put them. Yeah, we'd be in that situation right now. Oh, but I know where there's more. They're right beside me. I thought, I'm going to use that drawer right beside me and put things out. My goodness, books, you are very quiet today. So very quiet. Do I say that every week? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Hey, I could use my scissors for this. Wouldn't that be brilliant? I like using the edges. And whenever I do that, I like to put these bumpy parts to the inside. Because if anyone was to see it, it would look like a straight line. And I think that would be prettier than a little ziggy-zaggy line. I am avoiding where the linen thread is. And I want to use that spot right there. So I'm going to take... Yep. It doesn't really have to go end to end. It's not going to be the end of the world if it does or doesn't. Oh, I got to cut that little piece off. Dun, 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 dun. There we go. This one's good and solid, so I don't feel the necessity to support the center there. All right. Are we better in frame now without too much stuff? I hope so. Better in frame? No, I really should go back to school, shouldn't I? Learns me English. I know. Now I'm kidding. Totally. Hi, Lisa. Good morning. Glad you could join the little video here today. So, making a reasonably simple card today. Well, the first card. We're moving on to the second card momentarily. There we go. So we've used our Delicata golden glitz paper and our wrapped in plaid paper. Let's set that aside. Let's get to the second one because the first one took too long. Here is a new embossing folder, and I'll show you what it looks like in the picture that comes with the folder when it's in the plastic. I didn't really think that showed it that well, so let's get what I don't need aside. That, and that. So what I did it in, I embossed it in white and in red, and I think I want to go with the white. I really do. I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'll set those aside and I'll be thinking about it while we're busy. And let's put the lid back on our tumbo. Alrighty, so. Oh, I'm popular. My phone's ringing. I always say that my phone rings because it rarely rings. Alright, so I need this scrap here as well. And I need the tree. And I'm using Granny Apple Green. Oh, thank you. I don't think I was at the start because I just slanted it this way. Alrighty, so what I did, I'll show you. I wanted to get to the center. So I still have my, do I? Now I'm digging through stuff. Oh, when you don't put your tape measure back where it goes. Okay, so we're not going to be measuring. I'm going to stamp this 3 times, and each time I'm going to stamp off. Which is why I have an envelope under here. See how it doesn't on without the cush underneath, doesn't stamp really fantastically. Yeah, that's a little bit better. All right, so I'm just going to have to eyeball this. Oh, let me just think. Yep, staying in the middle. Trying to think of approximately where we would be. That wasn't a very good stamp off. I got to tell you though, a lot of this is going to be covered up, thankfully, because I'm making a mess of it. There. Third one's the charm, isn't it? Oh, we're not done because I need to. Uh-oh, is that shimmery white? Nope. Okay, phew. You know when you thought you had all your supplies out, but you don't? One thing to remember when you're stamping. Open the punch. There we go. The paper is going to go in this way. So I want to make sure that I don't stamp it upside down. So I'm going to end up, in this case, it would end up doing it upside down, and I don't want to do that. That when you, good gracious, Sandy, what's going on? Oh yeah, I'm Sandy. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Canada. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I forgot to say that too. I don't think there's any requirement. Okay, these aren't my prettiest stamped. It's funny when you're doing it on a video, things don't always turn out. But when you stamp it really properly, oh good gracious, when you stamp it well, they turn out beautifully. And I will show you on the sample too. So I actually did make this one in advance a little bit. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how it's going to be covered up, because we are layering the trees. That's how we know they're going to get covered up. So I'm going to pop on some dimensionals. I wanted to mention, if anyone out there does not have a catalog, I do have catalogs and I can mail that out to you. If you don't have a demonstrator, I would be happy to help you out. Okay. Enough said. Okay, let's get the trees on. Oh, yes. Oh, I should mention, this is, for this particular card, I did this in a workshop, a demonstrator workshop. Should have put those a little further apart, but I didn't. Okay, space those out a little bit more than I did. And so it's not actually my design. I think it may even be in the catalog. I'm not 100% sure. Okay, now I do want to take this away because I don't want to splatter it. And I do want to take this away because I don't want to splatter that. We're going to do a little bit of, I call it splattering. I don't know what you really call it. I used to do it a lot in like folk art painting and stuff. So I have three things here because I wasn't sure what I liked the best. I'm pretty sure these light ones are not going to show up. This is Winkostella, and this is Smoky Slate, light and dark. It's one of the ones, the few that I have both light and dark. So what you want to use is the brush end, and you don't want to overdo it. So you're going to take it and flick it. Sometimes it flicks in different spaces, so don't stay in the same spot. Those are big flicks. Okay, so now I have to go over here. There we go, to get... So I'm flicking here, and it's landing here. A little bit down at the bottom. And what am I, about 4 or 5 inches up from the bottom? I think I'm going to stay with that. I don't think I'm going to use these. I may save the Winkostella, though. So that was the light, I do believe. And we're going to flip it over because we don't really like getting ink on our projects. No, we're not. That's an envelope with stuff on it. No, we're not. Alrighty. Let's do the sentiment while we're waiting. What are we waiting for? I don't know. Waiting for me to get it together. I always say on my videos I'm not going to be a goof. And what happens? I'm a goof. As soon as I start messing up, whew, things go south from there. But at least you know that I don't edit my videos at all. So what you see is what you get. Kind of the way classes go too. All right, so that's Cherry Cobbler. And that says North Pole, obviously. North Pole delivery. Like, how cute is that? And this will be, pardon me, that's the story label punch. And I have definitely not used it enough. I should tell you what I did yesterday, but I won't. Oh, I will. So I was doing this on the sample. I let go and I punched it like here. So don't let go. Lesson of the day. There, if you take anything away from today, don't let go. Now I can let go right now because it's well grabbed, so to speak. Alrighty, so story label punch. Thank you very kindly. Off to the side. And now we can put things together. Am I missing something? No, I'm not. Okay, couple things. Oh yeah, now is decision time. Okay, decision time. I do want to show you this. Now you may have missed this in the catalog. This is the Mercury, can I say that? Mercury Glass Designer Acetate. And what a lot of us didn't know is that there's a film that you need to take off. So you'll just be able to feel it and just kind of pick at it with your fingernail, for lack of a better way of saying it. I think it just protects it. So like so. Now when I did this in the class, we didn't know right away that that existed. So here comes part of the decision. I really like it on the white. You know me and how much I like white cards. So it could look like this, or it could look like this. So what do you think? What do you think? And the base of the card is also Cherry Cobbler. So that's not going to have a huge bearing on it. Like, I'm loving the white. I really, you know, I need to use more color, but I like the acetate up against this. Like, I just think that's so pretty. Okay, white wins today. All right, but I will use that for another card. So we're just going to assemble at this point and make a pretty bow and so on. And this is the deboss side. You can use either side. I want it with bumpy side up. And I used your standard size card base again. And tumble. You don't need a lot. You just need a skinny little line all the way around. Red, white. Oh, red, white. Okay, well, I glued this one. Sorry, Marnie. I didn't see your comment right away. There's a bit of a delay with me looking. It's not the computer, it's me. I cut this a little bit smaller. Did I write down the dimensions? Yes, I did. 4. No, I didn't. That was for something else. Never mind. This is 4 by 2 3/4. So this is 4 by, let's see, 5 1/4 probably. I'm guessing it sounds right. But don't put that on. Now with this, I want to be kind of strategic as to where I put the glue. And actually, you know what? If I have it handy, do I? One moment. Maybe I don't. Thought I did. I was going to say use the tape runner, but I may have set it aside. Oh, beside my computer. Ha! Alrighty. I'm not going to use a ton of this. Oh, will it stick to this? Good question. Let's find out. It will. Excellent. Answered my own question. Now, there. Oh, yes. Oh, sorry, you missed that part. Yes, the base is red. I could have, actually a white base wasn't even a thought this time. I know, how weird for me. And the fact that I used, okay, you just bother to get straight. Apparently I can't talk and do things at the same time today. And I wonder, there we go. Ta-da! Yeah, what was that? Very vanilla for the first card? What? I know, because I just love the crispness of the white against all other colors. Like, wow, Am I forgetting anything? Not yet. I haven't forgotten anything yet. Oh, my goodness. Alrighty. And let's go for about, you know me, south of center, little south of center. And then, yes, I'm popping this up too. Let's see if it's going there. Then I'm going to put one there and one there. Stay. And a little bit of this right here. So that's just the snail, not just. That made it sound unimportant. Okay. Alrighty. And this is why I wasn't too terribly concerned about the trees. There we go. Stay. There we go. Oh no, not done. I was right. I did need this. We need a bow. So bring out the linen thread again. Just a little bow. A little bit more. We love our texture, right? Whether it be buttons or bells or rhinestones. I don't think I used any on the cards this time. Why, I don't know. I think because on the first card, the gold pigment ink was sufficient. There's one thing I didn't get out. There we go. These guys, the glue dots. Yeah, and on this one, I think the mercury glass look is sufficient. And then the next card, okay, the next card I actually haven't made up, so it'll be the, the one that gets wing it, the wing it card, we'll call it that. Third card's the wing it card. Well, I did punch out a couple of the trees just to see what they look like, and I like them. There we go. That bow took long enough, didn't it? Oh, it must be recess. I can hear the kidlets, even with the window shut. So my selective hearing is working well. Alrighty, so that is card number 2. Darned if I know where I put card number 1. Okay, bring that back. Let's bring in card number 3. So for this one, I use the, what's it called? Hammered metal. I love hammered metal. In fact, I have a hammered metal bowl in silver right here in my craft room. It's small, and I just got green ink on my fingers, which hopefully doesn't transfer. Alrighty, so we're going to use Shaded Spruce. And I have used one of the nested labels. Got it. So this is what it looks like, the hammered metal. I did it in copper as well. Not for this card, but it was really beautiful. Really, really stunning on the card. Alrighty. And then card base. Okay. Oh shock, it's white. And sentiment and sentiment. And there's the tree. So I did punch them out, but to look at. And we're just going to do that again. So with this, I just want to make sure I just want the pattern to go straight up and down. Hopefully. And 3. As mentioned, I love plaid. Anyone else a plaid fan? Like, what's not to like, right? It's plaid, it's pretty, it's colorful, seasonal. We're not really, I don't know, we don't really want to talk about Christmas cards right now, do we? Yeah, I've been making Christmas cards, well, ever since the catalog came out, and, you know, as a demonstrator, I get to see the goodies and order the goodies, and, like, yay, you know, just a little bit early. You can order as of tomorrow, by the way, and I do have a group order going in tomorrow, being Wednesday, September the 4th, when the catalog goes live. And if you are in the KW area, then you can benefit, because we'll get a group shipping and you'll get a reduced rate on your shipping. We'll try for that. All right. One thing I didn't check is which one I wanted. I want this one in the center. So let's do the center one first. And it's center enough. There we go. And 2. You can see this card's going to come together really quickly. Really, really quickly. And 3. Pretty. I like it. I like it. I think oh yeah, I want that one down. That one goes underneath. I think, yes, sentiment's going to go on top. Again, kind of winging it, except this part. Usually if I don't have it put together, then I'm like, you know, what? Alrighty. There we go. And yes, we're popping that up too. Pop it up. There we go. Popping it up. Alrighty. 1, 2, 3. One more. One more. Almost done, my friends. Almost done. Just an assortment. These are not the cards that were not necessarily the cards we're making in my September class. FYI. Let's just show you some of the cool things you can do with it. Alrighty, so let's see what the sentiment says. I think I like it. Okay, just need that paper to lay nice and flat. This end. Okay, and hopefully my head's not in the frame. There we go. Oh, somebody smushed. That would be me. Oh, no, I didn't. Oh, no, just my eyes. Never mind. I thought the A got smushed, but it didn't. There's the M is very scrolly. It goes right to it. So that's shaded spruce. And we're going to bring out the, right here, triple banner punch. I'm going to help it along a bit by taking off some of the end. All right, so you can see the words. Back it off. Punch. Perfect. All right, bring her back in. And you got it, popping it up somewhere on there. Do I need the minis? Nope. Nope. If I can use the large ones, the large dimensionals, I will use the large ones. Okay. Ta-da. Oh, she's green. She's green. Boy, oh boy. I used to catch a cold the beginning of September every year until they realized It's not a cold, it was allergies. I do not have allergies though. Not anymore anyway. All gone. I do want to overlap that a bit. There we go. Alrighty. Guess what, my friends? We are done. Let's bring in the cards. Okay, so card number 1, where we use the gold and the little bell. So this one, if you're mailing it, you would want to put it in a bubble envelope. Card number 2 with the mercury glass. I've seen so many beautiful things done with that, so I'm so looking forward to using more. And then our, let's see, what would I call that? Our wrapped in plaid and our hammered metal. Ta-da! Okay, my friends, I hope you like the cards. And I will see you again next Tuesday at 10 a.m. Thank you so much for joining me, and thank you as well for sharing my video. I appreciate it. Okay, bye-bye.